are you? Why should we listen to you?
I'll wait for more people, but yeah, no, it shows. I'm a senior tech artist at Mighty Coconut. I've worked on the game about half, more than half of the DLCs so far. But yeah, it was started just by the creator Lucas, and the team has blown up since then as the game has grown in popularity.
I've screwed everything up.
Yeah, I want to save some for the presentation, but yeah, no, it's a.
I don't know how to make it bigger.
I've been with the company now for a year and a half. It started as a
What's
project.
the name of the company?
Mighty Coconut, which is a fun name. Actually, an interesting story with how that came to be. Mighty Coconut was originally an animation studio, and they took a trip to Belize and did like a whole week-long retreat, and were inspired to make an animated short called The Rainmaker, and that was kind of their like the beginning of the studio. And so the name Mighty Coconut, I guess, because there's coconuts there. But yeah, no. After they got to do a few cool things. They had a short mini series on YouTube Red when that was a thing. But yeah. Nowadays, we've been doing Walkabout. There were a couple games before Walkabout, very small, and then Walkabout just became a huge hit. And that's when the studio really took off. And I was hired on, they had released 3 DLCs before I started, and then the team just grew after that. So, and since then, we've released 10 plus courses. We have plans going all the way through next year and into the year after even. Like, it takes us at least 9 months to really develop a course. So, I know like many courses that are coming out.
So 2 holes a month.
Oh yeah.
No, it's not 2 holes.
Oh yeah.
So she played like the
2
haunted,
entire courses.
the haunted house course that you just released.
Yeah.
How long? What's that course? What's that called?
It is called Widow's Walkabout.
Widow's Walkabout. How long did it take you to develop that course? Because that was amazing.
I mean, from concept onward, that's been planned for like a year. Some of our courses, it really depends, because some we start developing and then it kind of goes on the back burner and then we develop more into. That one we specifically like slated for Halloween, so we really wanted to like push and get it out there. But we were talking about that since last year. I remember the initial talks, and we had a lot of cool ideas, and then we kind of focused and narrowed down. Most of our courses, we have a mechanic that we kind of go between. That one we wanted the course to feel alive. So we made it so things would move. We wanted the course to move, so we had like the greens actually moving, we had the borders moving.
You could even look through the looking glass and see in the distance, the tower. It's in the distance when you get to the final hole. It's amazing. How did you come up with the design of like collecting balls as you play through the game? Because that's super addictive.
Oh yeah.
Immediately, I was like, wait a minute. This is not only do I get to play this awesome mini golf game, but I get to collect things as I go. How did you come up with the ball collecting?
I mean, that was Lucas who created the game, and I guess it was just a way to like add a little more interactivity. Balls are like something that can be easily customized, so it's really important. And as we've done license courses, actually the people that we collaborate with, the balls surprisingly are the things they're most interested in having control over, because they're just fun to design.
What a rewarding experience too, because when you finish the level, when those balls come out, I feel like I won the jackpot at the casino. Those balls come rolling down that little chute, and I just see them coming out, and getting that, like the first ball that I got that I was really just like, I can't believe this is so cool, is when I got the eyeball.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's from the Haunted House course.
Oh, that's from the original Gothic. That was
Yeah.
the original like Halloween course, but yeah.
It's super cool.
Yeah. We've got a lot of neat things in there. I remember the whole team was really excited, me included. I put a lot of the secrets in like the final stage. It's kind of interesting with my job. My job is mostly a lot of like model cleanup from the modeling team, and also effects and special shaders and whatnot. But I also do a bit of modeling, and so I put together some stuff. I put together the little tea party you find at the top of the roof, and I hit a bunch of the skeletons, but yeah. But the dolls were actually made by our modeler, Emma. She had a lot of fun.
How would you describe the art style of the game?
We go for a very simplistic, very polygonal, but that's very much the intent. A lot of people look at that and think that, you know, it must run very simplistically, and that's kind of
At
not.
all. I mean, if anything, I find it super realistic.
Yeah.
Because the feeling of like when you're putting, it literally feels like you're there.
Oh yeah,
Which
yeah.
is amazing.
Well, a lot of that's
It's
the
probably
lighting.
very difficult to do, honestly.
Yeah, it is. Actually, having it like have those individual faces and not smooth is actually a little more demanding. With the light setup, we are able to save on polygons, and that allows us to have these huge courses. If you look at most VR content, it's very confined. So we're able to put a lot in there, but it's still a struggle to make it run at like full 80, 90 frames per second. So, especially on the Quest 2, oh yeah,
Yeah, we're using this basically using Unity.
yeah, Unity. We're
They're good. That's see now I got some.
I'll let Kurt all get back to you.
Thank you so much. All right, we're gonna go for the mics.
okay.
Oh, wait a minute, that's a union job. You can't do that.
I don't know.
No, you have to. You
That's
you might do it wrong.
Tell you what, that stand probably would make it all the way up if you really wanted to.
Oh wait.
That's a good stand.
Project that.
Oh yeah. Don't have to hold the thing. Awesome.
Indeed.
Russell.
You can keep talking.
Oh yeah.
It's fine. All right. So now you've got two mics, just in case you want to switch.
I thought they were against the stands.
Where am I
Yeah,
getting
yes,
these
you can see they're against the stands.
Okay.
That's how the mics get held up in the air.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to that. Actually, that's interesting. I saw in your profile that you do a lot of shaders.
Oh yeah.
It's like some old school crap. Yeah, I never really quite remember. And I saw you, I thought, there's a guy who's probably a stoner. Like, come and see him.
I mean, a little, not
Yeah,
that.
it's a little. Yeah, as much as you can be in Texas.
Yeah. It was easier when I was up in Chicago.
Yeah, no, Corpus is a nice place for that.
Hmm.
Well, that's cool. So, how long have you guys been doing your thing? I haven't gotten to check it out. What are the platforms that you have?
Oh, we're on a lot of
Is
platforms.
it like a freemium type thing?
No, it's paid, so it's a very small entry fee. It's about $15 for the base courses.
I'm a sucker for like
Yeah.
mini cut stuff. And I
Oh.
haven't seen any of your stuff, so that was
Perfect. Yeah, I'll have some pictures in here, a video, but yeah, the base course comes with like 8 courses, I think, about that, and each one has like a day and night version of the course, and then we have like 10 plus.
You unlock it. That's part of the rewarding part of it. Like
Yeah.
you have to go under par to unlock the night course.
Yeah, there's actually
There's
2
all
ways to
kinds-
unlock
There's all
it.
kinds of things that are motivating built
Yeah.
into the game. You're collecting balls.
Yeah.
Then you also.
Yeah, that sounds like an interesting mechanic.
Yeah,
that
actually,
opens
if
up
you
a whole
collect
different mode.
most of the balls, you can also unlock the hard course that way. It's like a bonus. But like, yeah, it's the night courses are usually harder, so it kind of encourages you to master the easy course first. And yeah, we keep coming out, and each course we release is, you know, people say it's better than the last. Really, like,
Wait, sir.
I feel like they're just all different at this point, and they're all kind of equally good. But yeah, all our courses, the newer ones are definitely much better than like the base ones. So we charge, it's like $3 to $4 per course, and then there's like a bundle where you can get like all of them. So
Are you familiar with Mercury?
with what?
Mercury?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, so and once again, I haven't seen your name, so I'll let you see this. Okay, compared to like the disc golf, which I think is an excellent game for VR. They got it like out of the gate. How would you compare it to that?
I haven't played that one, so I'm not
Oh
sure.
my god! Okay.
Yeah. I know of Rec Room. I haven't really played much at it, and I didn't know they had a disc golf. But
Oh, the disc golf's wonderful.
That's-
I do in real life. I like do it for them.
yeah. Well, it
So
makes
works,
sense.
yeah.
I was actually thinking, like, what else could we do? And disc golf was one of the things, like,
Oh god, yeah.
It's
go
similar.
ahead and play with that. I mean,
Yeah.
their mechanics are good, even if you just build off of them. They haven't done anything in several years, honestly. So you can. There's probably
yeah. I think when Lucas made Walkabout, there was like one other VR golf game on the platform, but it wasn't like really developed. Ours was like the first one that felt like actual mini golf.
yeah. Right. That's cool. So, what's your mechanics like? Just doing like the swing thing.
Yeah,
Like,
you
like
just-
Wii style. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you thing. Yeah, it's like the Wii. You take a controller and you do it. We even have, I'll show a picture in here. We paired with another company, Hello Real, that makes attachments, so you can plug one of these controllers or the Quest 3 controller or the PSVR.
Just something you can poke somebody's eye out.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just a little handle, and then you can use it like a real putter. And we have a tool in the engine, so you can adjust where
The
to.
physics is outstanding, by the way.
Oh yeah.
It feels very much like you're really playing golf course when you're playing it. So congratulations. I've not done the gravity one, but I've done I think I'm up to about like 6 or 7 right now courses, and I'm really enjoying the game.
Nice.
I'm brand new to VR. I'm Papa Brad. I got the Quest 3. This is my first VR experience.
Yeah,
Your
well,
game was
you
one of my
will,
first games,
good.
so
Nice.
I'm very, very impressed with it. I have to say, you did a fantastic. And the thing that's great about your game is that you motivate people to keep playing. The finding the balls is really addictive, and also the like puzzle mode that unlocks where you kind of like have to like solve the mysteries.
Oh
Can you
yeah,
talk a
yeah.
little bit about that?
Yeah. Oh, I mean that's all
Basically,
Henny.
Presentation.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. That goes into
Next
more.
level.
I'm more going into like how we kind of took arcade ideas, and most of like that stuff would be better suited from the actual creator
I
Lucas,
feel
who isn't
like,
here,
this
but
game
like
really is beyond arcade.
Yeah.
Because you could not do this game with
No.
arcade hardware. This is like even explaining it, like you can't explain it to people. When they watch it on a flat screen, they don't get the idea that you're inside this virtual world.
yeah,
And when you put that ball, you feel the little click. When
Yeah.
when you touch that ball, it feels real.
yeah.
So
So you get a little feedback on
it
here.
doesn't translate to like the visual, and that's why my best friend, who's a huge VR streamer, kept telling me, he said, "Dude, you have to get it, you have to play it to understand it."
Yeah,
And now I understand it because it's like it's really immersive.
So
Yeah.
funny when we went home for the holidays and like every single person in the family, like grandparents, mom, sister.
Oh yeah. Anyone
the
can play it, which
nephews,
is great.
They're like, I'm gonna try it. Oh, what? And it's, grandma's wandering around like, oh, where's the
But that-
cabinet? Like,
Answer an early question. Yeah, we're on all the platforms that we can be. We recently dropped the original Quest because Oculus or Meta themselves dropped it. But we're on the Quest 2, we're on the Quest 3, we're on PlayStation VR 2, we're on Pico, and we're on Viveport, and also on Steam VR, so any computer headset can play it.
That's interesting. So, what would you say the platform where you're
Oculus,
Well,
Meta.
that makes sense.
Yeah, specifically the
Yeah,
Quest 2.
what's number 2?
I'm not really sure. Probably PlayStation VR 2, and Quest 3, of course, just coming out. And we were featured on Quest Plus a few months back, so anyone who was in that program got our game with that. So
The thing about this game too is it's really a game for everyone.
yes,
I mean, it's for everyone. Like, there's no violence. I mean, it's just a fun game.
oh yeah,
And like, this is like the feeling I got when I first bought Wii. You know, it's like this is just fun. Period. It's something different.
yeah.
And that's one of the things that's great. My very first VR review on my channel was your game.
Oh nice.
So like, if you go to my channel, the first VR review I ever did was Walkabout.
Mm.
I had no idea you were going to be here.
Yeah.
But when I saw you on the list of speakers,
Hey,
I thought, well, this is something that I just discovered that I love. So I had to
Nice.
come by and check it out.
Yeah, the people running the show are big fans, and it came out last year. Only David, our marketing guy, was going to speak, and he ended up not being able to go, but I did a QA, and this year they invited me to do a speech, so.
It's a very social type game.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
This game just gets better. Like when you have a bunch of your friends and they're playing mini golf with you, it's like extremely social because you can see their faces, you can see it when they're talking, you can see their movements.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, the social element of this game is next level too, which I think is one of the things that makes this game so great to me.
Oh yeah,
They
we've
get
even
meetings
joked.
in game.
Yeah, people do meetings in it. We even joked that we call it like the Putterverse. But I have a slide on that. But yeah, the social interaction is probably our biggest driving point. Like when I started playing it before I got hired by them, like I just enjoyed it solo because I'm primarily a solo player. But like when I got into it and started playing with the team and with other people, I started seeing the appeal to that because, yeah, it is a very social thing. It's the same reason people go off on the golf course and just chat and stuff. It's a very easy thing to
We're pretty low
do.
stakes, though. I don't think we're going to be taking over any
Yeah, I know.
The people I stream with are even talking about like maybe starting like a weekly golf tournament where we just meet every week.
Oh
It's
yeah,
a regular
there's
thing on YouTube and just golf.
tons of them. Our Discord
Because
is a
the
great
game is that
place.
good.
Yeah.
That
literally.
sounds like a recurring thing. Because a lot of people get together and then like just golfing.
One of the podcasts I've listened to for like 15 years, we also have a Discord, and we've all, talked to each other for years on here, and we've started
Oh nice.
because it's like,
It's more
if you
personal.
just say,
It feels like
yeah, it's
the
on Saturday.
conversation's more natural, and it's a really good way to have like a social experience.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
completely safe, And
That's
So,
great.
yes, thank God. I live in East Texas, so trust me, there are way too many roadways around.
Mm.
And it's nice to,
Well, it's awesome too. We get a story from one of our fans like every month about how they've reconnected with family members that live far away.
and
Like-
it's lightweight.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing, you were talking about the social point. I'm sorry, I'm there.
I'm Papa Brad
But
on
yeah,
YouTube.
okay, nice to meet you. Yeah, you're correct about the whole social experience, but I mean that's how mini golf's always been. It's always been a big experience. So yeah, you're pretty safe.
Oh yeah. It's definitely a game everyone can
That's cool,
enjoy.
you guys are making some money. Congratulations.
Yeah. We're
It's
able
not
to.
easy. Yeah.
I'm amazed. Like our DLC, we're primarily getting funded from our DLC,
Yeah,
And-
there you go. That's excellent. That's
and we're able to keep a studio of 30 plus team members
so do
going.
you have like, what do you do with the base game? Do you like give out the base game or do you charge?
No, it's charged. It's $15. It's not much.
Cool. I mean, you guys are like,
And then
How many
it goes on
players does it
sale
come
a
with?
lot.
Like 8 or something.
Yeah, and it goes on sale often.
Here's the cool thing. Like, they could have been greedy and said, oh, you have to buy the course to play with your friend. But listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
If any of your friends have the game, anybody, if I have one friend that bought the course, I can play the game with them.
Yeah.
Now, I don't get
That's
to take the golf balls from the course, but I can
which
play
I
the
do
game.
not know about, but I love the idea.
Which
but
is,
okay.
there's a little cookie. That
There's
you
a
buy.
little.
There's a little cookie, but the idea of just having a social experience and not having to buy something, like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not a forced buy. Like the first time I played, the first time I did the haunted house, what's it called, the Walkabout?
Widow's Walkabout.
Widow's Walkabout. I did not buy the pack, but after I played it, guess what I did immediately after I played it?
You
I
bought
bought that pack because I was like, this is amazing. It's It's like you're in a haunted mansion from
Oh, yeah.
Disney, but you're getting to play golf all
Hey,
around
I'm
it.
totally like a sucker for this stuff. I can't believe I'm even heard of this. One button, only trick that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
My VR is broke. I have a PS4,
Yeah.
so
What was your question?
So one thing I also really like that, and one thing I like is like, again, like I really like to help. Like if I don't have the course, I like to find them, and then immediately after, I'm like, okay, I'm buying this course because now I know where a bunch of them are.
Oh yeah.
And also another thing I like is how it's just very easy to bond. Like me and my dad bond.
Oh, nice.
Very easily.
Yeah. That's awesome.
oh, you little nerd. You just make my heart break.
Oh, can I get a time check? What time is it?
I'm trying to tell you, it's 8:30.
Wait, it's 8:30?
Yo,
Okay. When was my talk supposed to start?
8.
8. Oh wow.
Yeah.
I was
you're
waiting
doing,
for
you're doing
people.
the talk backwards.
Your time will
Okay.
be on
The
YouTube.
Q&A
don't worry.
was supposed to go at the end.
Okay. Let me actually do.
do the slide.
Let me actually do the slides now. So we'll do the QA, more QA after.
Wait, can we see some of the... Oh, you were going to do some stuff from the game?
Yeah. Well, I'll
It's in the
have
slides.
yeah. But yeah. Okay. So hello. I'm Ryan Sizemore. I am a senior tech artist working at Mighty Coconut, and we make Walkabout mini golf. So today's talk, I'm going to be talking about how our game kind of uses arcade game experiences and how they're similar to how VR experiences are and how we utilize that. So I wanted to talk about, here's a slide, it's from one of our courses, Arizona Modern. So we bring the arcade experience home with, we're VR developers, so we have VR headsets that our games run on. And how it's kind of similar to arcades. We make use of limited play sessions. In arcades, you put a quarter in, you're there for that amount of time. Same with like VR. The average VR play session is about 2 hours. So we have to run like in very short bursts, and mini golf kind of runs similar to that because you play through a course and you're kind of done. We also are able to have more presence and physicality. You're kind of moving around. A lot of arcades, have peripherals and other stuff like racing wheels, guns, whatever. So we're able to mimic that with the putter, which feels very similar, very natural in your hand when you're using controller. We even have a putter attachment that we've worked with Hello Real to make, which is image right there. And we kind of have an experience that goes beyond the 2D screen, which is kind of why people go to the arcades as opposed to just playing games at home. So
Okay, I'm gonna call you. Is an arcade I can go to other than here?
I mean,
Free play
they still
arcades everywhere
exist.
If you look for them, you gotta look for them, but they're out
There's
there.
Dave and Buster's. There's
Cidercade here.
there's Cidercade. Cidercade's great. Back where I was from in
You got the Game
Chicago,
Preserve in
there was
Texas. You got a
Galloping
lot of
Ghost
arcades. You
Arcade.
just have to seek them out.
Yeah.
They're opening one near us.
You gotta seek them out, but there's tons of free play arcades. That's actually
yeah.
returning.
Also, I lived in Japan for a bit. Arcades are like huge still out there.
The smell of ozone
Entire
in
mall.
Bingo. I was so
Yeah.
happy to see Bingo. I was like, yes.
But yeah, one of the most important things that we do is we keep it simple. Kind of all arcade game, well, not all, but most of them, you have to get in really quickly with the gameplay. You don't want to give them a lot of like instructions. You just want the person to put in a coin and play. So
It's the Atari motto: easy to learn, difficult to master.
yeah, that's exactly it. Easy to get into, challenging to master. So we have intuitive controls, as you had mentioned earlier. The physics are the main focus point. We have hardly any other interactivity within the game. It's mainly just the putter and the ball that has the physics.
Unity would be
Yep.
By the way, young person, you can learn how to like program your own things.
Oh yeah. Unity is great for
Just go on,
learning.
there's a couple of tutorials out there.
But yeah,
Plug and play modes.
but like logical game flow is very important. We want to make sure that the holes are very intuitive, how you're progressing through the level. We're keeping your eye focused so that, you know, as you're putting, you know where your ball's going to go, how you need to putt. We keep the user experience very simple with the UI. We make it accessible. A lot of players, you know, they can play even if they're in wheelchairs, if they have limited mobility. We want to make sure it's a game that anyone can enjoy. My notes aren't showing here. Okay, never mind. Okay, I had some points, but what?
Whoa! You're auto captioning now. What did
Okay.
you do?
I need a.
You can just like fill out now.
Yeah, okay, I got it. So yeah, like arcade gameplay. Like every session in our game is unique as you play through. You know, your putts are going to be different. You're going to have some cool shots, which is cool because you can record them, replay them. We can allow you to replay your shots so that you can capture those moments.
There's a certain amount of sadness in that video,
A little bit. But like,
it was the worst shot ever.
and also because you play with others, you know, it's going to be different.
I always make my friend replay whenever the guillotine cuts his ball in half. I'm like, I gotta see that again.
Oh yeah, no, that's great.
So the guillotine, yeah, it cuts the ball in half,
Yeah.
literally, when you're playing the
We
game.
need some game screens. There's some game screens.
I'll have a video. But yeah, scores are meaningful. You know, you see how much under par you're doing. You can that stays with you. So every time you play, you can try to beat your max. If you play on a certain hole and you beat your par on that hole, it will say new like hole score, lower score, and all that.
I'll say this too, it feels like the learning curve is very logical. Like the first time I played, I think it was like 10 over par. I was like, wow, this is hard. Then the next time I played it, I was like, I'm almost at par. Then the next time I played it, I was under par.
Oh, yeah.
And I was unlocking things. So they're definitely, it is a very realistic and natural feeling to the game.
Yeah.
Just like getting used to an actual physical court.
Just
Yeah.
like playing real mini golf.
Oh yeah.
As you play,
We
you
also
seem
have
to
a.
automatically get better. Like
Yeah.
the first time I played, it was really just learning the Quest 3, learning the VR, feeling what it's like being in a VR world. But then after a short while, like I immediately started getting better at the game, which was made it a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. We have a practice mode, so you can just do. I'll actually go in. The nice thing with the practice mode is we have a lot of secrets that we don't tell the player, but you kind of just pick up as you're playing. In the practice mode, as you're putting, you can flip back on the little analog stick, and that will reset the ball. So you can just keep putting and figure out the shot and the angle that you need to make certain holes in like a hole in one or whatever.
In
So,
situ driving.
We'll get to QA at the end. But yeah, but yeah, we're open to different ways to play, which is good. People do trick shots all the time and make compilations of those. There's some insane ones out there. There's always more to discover. We put a lot of secrets throughout all the
You can film, if you get a
courses.
hole in one, you can always film it because you can replay it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can stop, you can film it and put it on YouTube.
Yeah, a lot of people do. Levels can be replayed. That's a very important thing with like arcades versus like us, because you know you want people to keep wanting to play the same arcade. We want people to keep playing the same courses, so we have incentives to make you go in and do that. And we like to keep it fresh. We have like 22, I think, courses right now with day and night courses, so really 44, because they're not exactly the same. They all have new holes. They're just in the same environment. But yeah.
The courses changed too. Like I did the submarine course, the
Oh, yeah.
Jules Verne one, and like at first there's like an octopus attacking the submarine.
Yeah.
Then when you go play it at night, the whole submarine's destroyed.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything is destroyed, and it's
Yeah.
all different.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it's the same but different. You know?
Yeah,
It's
we
harder.
do that on some of them. Yeah, we
very
get creative. You know, we've got licensed courses. We've worked with
So you guys have like that?
Labyrinth.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. We have connections, and it kind of just worked out. Like Mighty Coconut was an animation studio, so we had some ties with Jim Henson, and that's kind of how the first one went. So we worked with them for Labyrinth, and then later we got to work with Cyan with
Oh my god,
Mixed.
so the labyrinth is actually tied into actually labyrinth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like a demo here? Because that was something that.
Oh yeah, we'll have a demo tomorrow, actually on this headset. But I don't have a Quest 3, unfortunately, for the demos, but it's Quest 2.
It would just be slightly better resolution.
Yeah, it's about the same. And later this year, we're releasing Meow Wolf.
Which just sounds.
It's,
Yeah.
it's an art collective sort of deal.
Yeah,
Is that the
Like
guy that
different-
does
yeah.
like the stores that are like all
They have
crazy?
different locations.
I think
like
one of them
business
is like a
stores
store,
are-
but yeah, it's
yeah.
an art
That's gonna be cool.
art
creative.
exhibit,
Yeah,
interactive art exhibit.
Yeah.
But like they're in plenty of major cities and totally different in each one of them.
yeah. I got to
Trippy.
try the
Real
one in
trippy.
Dallas. There's actually one opening in Houston, I think. So yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Here you can see like some people just making a little game about putting the ball into this little fish head. Like just there's fun things you can do within the course.
You play the game without playing the game.
Well, yeah, they're just doing. Yeah, one of the things you can do in the game is if you like put the thing behind your back and like throw it, you can grab a ball and then you can just throw it. But that's only in practice mode. It's you can't do it in real mode.
Ah, so it does have a bit of a rec room kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like you,
So we have like
the
these
avatars.
simplistic avatars.
Yeah.
Each DLC also, well, not each, but some of the newer ones come with customizable avatars. So things you
Yeah,
can
you always want that.
customize.
Yeah.
Some have like full characters that you can put on. Labyrinth had a bunch of the characters, Hoggle, Sir Didymus, and all that. So,
Well, that's, from the way you described it, I swear to God, I thought it was going to be a little bit more polygonal, but it looks like you guys have done some pretty good detail.
oh yeah,
You're
yeah.
the artist person, so. that's
Yeah.
nice.
A lot of the lighting drives a lot of it, but yeah, there's a lot of effects and
Well, dude,
other things. The modeling team's really great. The tech team is really good. We all kind of work together. So
For as flat as everything looks, there's a remarkable number of
And the
polygons.
mouths and stuff that they kind of move when you're talking, so it kind of goes with like being in the virtual world.
yeah, but yeah, shared experiences is kind of one of our biggest driving points, and that's kind of also something I feel is connected to arcade play because you're around other people. Whereas gaming at home, you might be stuck just gaming like on the internet. Hardly anything does couch gaming anymore, and it gets people together, which is great. So you're interacting with people in meaningful ways. You're being present in a space together. We have these avatars, and like you said, it feels like you're there, even though it's very simplistic. Your mouths move with your voice.
Kudos for making where you can't obscure another player's view, because
Yeah.
by just doing the head, no matter where they stand, they're not obscuring your view of making
Yeah.
a shot.
Oh yeah.
Even if they want to be annoying, they really can't do much to mess you up.
Yep.
Which is incredible. It's a good gameplay mechanic.
Yeah, it's just
and
the
that's
head.
also starting.
Yep.
But over the years, I've seen.
Yeah.
Not pleasant experiences.
And it's not just virtual hangouts. There's we've been at actual contests where people go physically.
Yeah, there's tournaments that people run. We paired up with, or teamed up with Dave and Buster's to do some tournaments, in real life tournaments. It's more than just a game. A lot of people connect over this. People have meetings in the game. Businesses.
Okay, now I have to admit, if I was going to buy stock in a company and told me that they were okay.
But
I
yeah.
do appreciate that concept.
More
And
fun than Zoom.
yeah, it's more fun than Zoom. That's for sure.
Hangouts, definitely more fun than Hangouts.
We've had some meetings just internally in the game too, and it's just a place to simply hang out, have fun, reconnect with family, and do a lot of stuff. It's great.
Do people have an opportunity to modify their environment? Like, say, since you're talking about this social aspect, I mean, like, okay, do you have like basically like locker room or something to start off?
Well, yeah, people were very wanting to like hang out and meet up. So something that was added like right before I joined was Welcome Island. So with that one, it gives a place to hang out while people are joining.
Yeah, pick
And-
The lobby.
Yeah, it's a lobby.
Yeah,
there's a
all
shack.
kind of stuff you can goof
where you
off with
can,
there too. There's a driving range. There's
Yeah.
a whole island to explore. You can ride around a little raft.
Yeah, yeah, you can ride the raft, which is fun. There's a
Tons of
putting
cool
range. There's like a practice course where you can practice different trick shots.
You want to go on top of the skull, you can fly up there.
Yeah.
That's the other thing too.
Oh,
You can super fly.
Yeah, that's the
How did
thing.
Superfly come into that? Because the first time I did that, I really
So,
freaked out. I put your hand up.
Flying was a
you can
mechanic
fly.
we already had in from a previous game, which we used to kind of create the bones of Walkabout, and we kept it in because it was fun. People like doing that. So yeah, people can hang out. This has a couple shots from Welcome Island, the putting range. There's a little like pool area where people can act like they're chilling at a pool. And then just people hanging out. Here's a question: does anyone know like new fun mechanic we recently added to Welcome Island?
You know, I haven't heard
You
of
haven't.
imagination, and half of them I can't say.
There might be a small little thing. It was added around the time we did Villain's Laser Lair. Yeah, we added a little beach ball. It was fun. Yeah.
I would mess around with the beach ball.
Oh, it's fun. You can just bounce it around. We wanted it to not be tied to anything, so it's just there to kind of interact with.
Wait.
Yeah. But here it's the trailer.
That was sweet.
You get to see.
Actually getting to see the game.
Yep.
All right. Well, that is very good. Oh yeah. I'm
That
on
was
it.
a hard
Okay,
one.
definitely doing it in my mind. Oh, cool. Totally like a cyberpunk.
Yeah. So we're able to have these large courses that break the imagination that you couldn't do in real life. So it's
You're
some.
preaching to the choir. I love that. Now I was interested about like your mechanics as far as like that I know.
Yeah, and there's all the balls you collect. We're actually running into an issue because like all the physics to kind of run all those balls is kind of a lot, but
Well, that's a nice thing about you.
Yeah.
Pretty much like
I like the lighting in the night modes.
Oh, yeah,
The
thanks.
lighting's pretty cool.
oh yeah, and we actually, fun fact, the lighting artist we have now worked on like Riven and a lot of really cool stuff. So he's really talented. So,
Wait, the shading looks good, shader.
but yeah, I'll do QA now. But
The official key.
yeah, I did want to read some notes. Yeah, we're best rated multiplayer experience in VR globally. Enjoyed by hundreds of thousands of intergenerational players monthly in over 40 nations. 50% of the sessions last over 2 hours, which, like I said, VR is usually 2 hour stints. But yeah, they play till the battery
Some people's
runs
battery
out.
runs out.
Yeah.
That's what happens typically
Yeah,
with this game.
they would play more if they could.
It is pretty chill, but at least you're up and moving around a little bit.
Features 22 courses with new ones coming out. Like we try to release about every 6 weeks. So
Really, that's an awesome production stuff.
yeah, well it keeps people engaged, which is great.
So what's the next course coming out?
I can't divulge
Can't
that
leak the
yet.
course to me? Come on,
Nah.
I'm a YouTuber.
Nah.
Keep my
Yeah.
All right, I like my job.
I'm in trouble. Come on. You can tell us. No one's gonna see this.
But
I know.
it'll be out before the end of the year. I can say that. We've already announced that it's coming this year, but yeah, we've got some cool courses coming up. I've been working on several courses in advance, so there's some really cool stuff coming down the pipeline. There's already a lot of cool stuff out now, so if you haven't played it, that's one thing I wanted to ask too. Who owns the game right now? Okay.
Guys, we already.
Yeah. And who hasn't?
No,
Yeah.
I just heard about it.
And who wants to now? Yeah. But yeah.
Hey, no fear, you can't go away and leave this.
But yeah, I'm open up to any QA right now. So Q&A. Yep.
So you guys exclusively focused on VR, or like have you ever
Yeah.
doing other things too?
Well, the VR market is interesting because it's very small, so it's very limited what they allow on, and that's kind of a double-edged sword because it's harder to attract players, but it's also if you can make it, you do very well in the space.
And that's the thing, you guys managed to pull off like spot in.
Exactly.
And
And with VR, it's a whole different experience. We have announced we will do like a mobile version,
That's what I'm wondering.
but that is coming out at some point.
You're getting into AR too.
Maybe but right now we're focused on the Pocket Edition, and that will kind of translate. We had a game, or Mighty Coconut had a game called Laser Mazer, where you kind of walk around with your phone, so it's kind of going to be a similar feel. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun and open it up to way more players. But really, VR is kind of our biggest selling point, just because you can be immersed in these worlds. So it's something you have to experience to like
This game
really
is a reason
understand.
to get VR.
Yes, it
Honestly.
is.
Yeah.
If I would tell anyone that just got VR, this should be the first game you should buy.
Oh
The
yeah.
very first.
it's free.
It's not free. It's not free, but it is cheap.
You crash through the Wii Sports of VR.
But yeah.
Yeah, essentially that is what it is, right?
What are
Like,
some of the
you
challenges
just-
supporting so many headsets?
you
Because
know,
I know that there must be a lot of work between. I appreciate that it runs on everything. Like I'm playing it in my on PSVR and
Oh, yeah.
he's in the same room with me on his Quest.
Like,
Ah,
stand
okay.
on the,
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
you
yeah.
stand on the side.
Yeah, it is cross-platform too. Which
It is cross-platform, which is very important. We want to make sure it's open to like everyone can play together. Initially, like the DLC was only on Steam and Oculus, but we've been expanding that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Where else would you go? Sorry, where are the other markets?
I mean, there's
Steam would be obvious.
yeah, there's Pico, which is Chinese and Europe, and there's also Viveport, which is pretty small at the moment. But yeah, we have we're growing our QA team just because we have more platforms that we have to test for. Mainly, we check on some of our largest platforms first and kind of make sure. Pico's nice because they'll test it for us. So yeah. But yeah. But so far it's been pretty easy. They work pretty well. The biggest issue was developing for the Quest, and now developing for the Quest 2, because that is our like lowest end platform, but it's also the one that most people have. So any other questions?
Any visual enhancements planned for Quest 3?
I
As
mean,
far as specific like improvements to
we
utilize
have
some
been
hardware?
looking at things to do with that. Thing is, like, the out-of-the-box enhancements, we're getting a little, but the tricks that like Meta is doing to increase the resolution, we were actually doing before the Quest 3 was released to kind of bump up the resolution. So it's not going to be as big of a game for us, but it is something that we're looking into. One thing, like on PC, we have less LODs, which are level of detail, so they'll pop in with lower detail the farther you're away. And on PC, they just stay at like the highest all the time. So one of the things we're looking at is like decreasing that, so you're seeing less visual pop and just more fidelity. So.
It looks really nice on PlayStation VR.
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah.
really good.
Especially with the OLED.
On Quest
like,
3, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Are you turning it PS4?
On 5.
Yeah, we're not on
Is
the
it like?
PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never released on the original PlayStation VR, but we're on PlayStation VR 2 on the
We didn't
PS5.
miss anything in the original PlayStation VR. I mean, it's great.
Yeah.
Because God knows I was like, but yeah, the resolution is a thing. That's where I would imagine that.
I think we might have been able to, but the thing was their controller was just so different. The Move controller just didn't have an analog stick, so it was just hard to translate to.
Well, it was a transitional thing.
Yeah.
That's how I saw it. And then my box died, and I haven't played it.
That was actually my first foray into VR personally at home, because I got one of those headsets, and now I have.
How were your shins after the first week? Damn coffee tables.
I had a large space, so I never had an issue with that.
Well, I figured out I could sit in my bed, and then I was like, this is bad.
Oh, nice.
I love paintball and record. That's one of my favorite things ever. Very simple game, just, and you haven't really changed it. The mechanics were just like right. That's what it's all about.
Nice.
Well, apparently you're after my whole version. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely. Give us a check out. We're on a lot of the more modern platforms. Like I said, we're one of the highest rated multiplayer experiences in VR in the paid space. So it's been a real pleasure working for them and helping develop these awesome courses and having like a real input and say into how they're being developed. Even though my function in the whole process is towards the end of development, I'm still able to have a lot of creative input that goes into it. And I really feel like I contribute a lot, and the whole team does too. So it's been great kind of working with them and on this game, and something I'm very proud to have worked on. So yeah.
There's no I in team.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome.
You guys have cultivated a really great thing, because the most positive online experience I've had in a long time. Like the first time I booted it up and I didn't know that I had matched with a person, and he was really nice and he taught me how to play the game, and it was it was fantastic.
I love the community. Usually if I'm playing one VR game, everyone's being horrible and saying all these racist words.
Oh yeah.
But then once I start up that, everyone's just so nice.
Oh, it's
amazing. No over the top cussing.
I'm glad to hear. Yeah, that's one thing. We really love our community, and we really we've been able to grow just by really feeding into our fan base, and they're great. They have come to the conclusion that that's not the space for cursing or any of the usual online experiences in video games.
Anti-security.
But yeah, so usually the people that try to do that stuff are shunned pretty quickly. So yeah.
I play Fortnite a lot because it's kind of my Candy Crush. And you know what? I never turned on the thing for other people to talk. I just remember the curses, which is probably not great.
The only time I've ever really heard someone talk on Fortnite is my cousin and 5-year-old kids.
And that is your ex-cousin?
Okay.
What is your role in the company? Maybe I missed you introducing.
Yeah, I'm a senior tech artist, so I make a lot of things look pretty. I take what the modelers do and, make sure they run optimally in the engine, and also make sure everything, looks good. I can add effects and particles and
It's a big thing.
shaders. Yeah. It's actually cool. We work with like a shader graph within Unity. Actually, we use Amplify, and I'm visually able to like add a bunch of cool stuff and kind of tweak it, and then make the materials kind of very customizable. So.
How do you see AI affecting your job in the future?
How do I see AI? I mean, right now I see AI right now it's not really going to do much, but like in the future it might be used as a tool to kind of enhance it. I don't think it will ever get to the point where it can just make things, and maybe it will at some point, but you kind of lose the personal touch.
Yeah, you can ask it to do things.
You can. I've seen what Unity has like promised, and it's like you can create like a whole game and different like things. But I think ultimately you're gonna have the human touch still. You're gonna have someone who knows how to tweak something that was made in AI and make it what the vision of the creator
It's
is.
supposed to be a helper. And also you're safe being a shader because, you know what, yeah, AI can't see
Oh, yeah.
what you can see and how you can tweak things. But you can like get things going really quick.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Oh yeah. I think it's just gonna remove a lot of like the grunt work and like
And
the
that's what I was gonna say, yeah,
searching
the
for
grunt work.
like solutions and stuff. You can just be like, how do I make this happen? So, but yeah, you still need someone to know why you should do something like that and what can be used to kind of add. So,
It's a helper, not a goal.
yes.
It's not that works.
There's all these little personal touches too. Like you can see like little, I call them Easter eggs, little decorations where you're like, oh my god, that's so cute.
Yeah.
And like, oh yeah, Kurt did that, or
That's some fun stuff.
That's
so
a-
cool.
Yeah, it's the fun stuff, and the stuff we are doing is like hiding little Easter eggs throughout the course, making it really unique. Widow's Walkabout, which we just released, it took the whole team to kind of create ideas, and we had stuff like the guillotine, which was an idea from one of the creators. We had what?
I like looking at it get
Oh, yeah.
It's super satisfying.
We had the doll mechanic, which was an idea, and
Yeah, it
one
disappears.
of our newer tech artists came on, and had that idea. I had the
You
idea.
look back and it's gone.
Oh yeah,
Creepy.
I had the horribly good idea of making that only local instead of multiplayer. So as you're looking at them disappear,
no one else does.
no one else does.
Yeah, like my dad.
Makes you seem crazy.
I'm sorry.
Did you see
No
that?
one in the business room, like, no.
I'm sorry to bother you. It's 9. It's time for the next.
Oh, sorry, I can shut down.
That's all right. I'm just.
Oh, thank you, though. Yeah. But yeah, I guess that's been my talk. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. And we'll have demos and some swag later in the convention.
Swag. Wow.
Yeah.
Come
Can I
to
thank
the
you for
demo
your game?
table tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you for your game.
Yeah.
Demo table
Thank you.
tomorrow.
Very, very fun.
Excellent game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Appreciate it, man. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yeah.
See you guys on the floor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Let's play some pinball.